アメリカ・アナハイムに取材に来ました。この後大谷選手が去就どうなるか、そして、サイ・ヤング賞投手になるかどうかなど現地の記者にお話を伺っていこうと思います。ここはエンゼルスのメディアとか関係者の入り口なんですけど、入ってレッドカーペットがこうやって敷いてあって、アウトがいて、ウォールオブフェイムで、モストバリアブルプレイヤーの中にいますね、大谷翔平、刻まれてます。エンゼルスの歴史の中にいる一人ということですね。でもこうやってお出迎えはもう大谷翔平君が迎えてくれるという、アナハイムの入り口です。
Help him get Cy Young.
Yeah, I think he's there for the Cy Young. I think he can win both the MVP and the Cy Young. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that will go into it. It's special. The biggest one is, can he stay healthy? Can he, finish up the season and be productive, both offensively and defensively? Now he's going to be offensively on the mound. So, as an hitter, he's actually probably progressed a little bit from what we saw 2 years ago. But as a pitcher, he's gotten so much better. So it's interesting, I think in 2021, his pitching was kind of, well, this year goes. In his offense, he had 46 home runs, drove in 100 runs, and he was the best, offensive player in the league. Said if you like, and was just slightly better that year. But right now, I think he could win that Cy Young because he's pitching a little bit more often, and because he's just so dominant. And I think he'd win MVP because, I think he should win MVP every year with what he's doing. I voted for him last year. And I stand by that. I think he should have won it last year. I know he's been judged. I think he's had. But there's no Aaron Judge. Obviously Aaron Judge is great, but he's on the IL right now. And he's, wasn't hitting maybe at the same level as it was last year. So I don't know if there is another guy out there that could really compete for the MVP in the same way.
He has a good winning shot at Friday.
Sweeper.
Yeah. How do you feel about Sweeper?
Well, it's like with Ohtani, he's always evolving his pitches and they're changing a little bit. And, it's interesting. Like last year we saw in the middle of the season, he was just like starting to throw. I think they saw somebody throw like at 101 mile an hour two-seam fastball. And then he just decided to start pitching, throwing it the next game, and he was also hitting on 1 mile an hour. And so the sweeper, it's mostly just it's kind of like a slider, and the sweeper's kind of it's become a thing in baseball this year, not just a ton, but a lot of pitching. So it'll be interesting to see if he kind of evolves as the season goes on and starts relying on different pitch mix, especially as he sees what's effective and what isn't.
大谷選手がアナフェムとこの上で、それともラジミ移籍するのか、その辺はどういうふうに聞いてらっしゃいますか？
I don't know. That's up to him. But what I will say is that the Angels, are not proving that they can be a winning team. And I think for Ohtani, that's really important that he's, with a team that's winning and that's competitive, and also a team that can pay him. We haven't necessarily seen evidence that Artie Morito's willing to go over that luxury tax threshold in order to be able to pay someone like Ohtani is going to make, upwards of $500 million, possibly over maybe 10, 12 years leaving. So it's going to come down to, I think, who can offer him that type of salary, because it's exorbitant, it's an incredibly large amount of money. And then the other part of it is, can they win games? And I think that's what we'll see over the next 4 months. 5 months is, can he put together a winning team that is able to commit to Ohtani, that is worth, spending, years of his career, or really the rest of his career, because I do believe that the next contract will have the ability to potentially kind of take him through the rest of his career.
How do you feel about Shohei Ohtani?
I think he's the best player. I think he's the best player in the I don't know he's what he does, both the hitter and the pitcher. Well, he's good at one thing. He's one of the best hitters and one of the best pitchers all in one. So I think it's pretty incredible what he does, and it's amazing to watch him every day here.
You see, that's what they're about it. Achieve or
I'll give any hints on that. It's really hard to say. I know right now the big thing is that he definitely likes to win. This is an organization that really hasn't really won since he's been here, which I think has been an issue. It should have been a little better. They just really could be at the playoff race here. So I do think if they make the playoffs, it'll help their chances. But I think if I think there's a good chance he could also leave. And I know a lot of teams, the Dodgers, are going to be interested in him with Mets and all the big teams, the Yankees. So it's going to be a very interesting offseason to see what that kind of offers to get.
Well, Chris Hill, can he get the did see that as a Cy Young?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, I think right now he's pitching enough. Now he's pitching every 6 days. He's getting a couple more starts than he did last year. I thought last year, he was definitely up there. And Verlander had an incredible season and deserved it. And I thought, Shohei, policed the top 3 pitcher in the AL last year. I think he's been even better this year. He has to cut down with walks a little bit, but the strikeouts are up. And he really is. I think he's been the best pitcher in the league. So.
Dave, he met about his ball sleep line.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they're lucky.
I think they already said, statistically it's the best sweeper in baseball, and it really has a lot of movement, and he kind of mixes it in there with so many other pitchers too. Someone that has, an elite fastball that can be 100 miles per hour, but also has a sweeper, other slider, and a cutter, and the two-seamer, and obviously, of course, the split. So he has so many different pitchers, but that sweeper really seems to get a lot of swings and misses. Has become kind of one of the probably the most primary pitcher.